Okay guys, so I got the last things I was waiting on. Valve cover gaskets, cam seals, front and rear main seals. That was the last piece to the puzzle. So we finally got the last bit of parts that we needed in the mail. The gaskets, I've been waiting for those gaskets since before November. And now we're ready to pull apart the motor. I already have the valve covers off from when I got them powder coated and stuff. You guys saw that. And then I cleaned up the motor a little bit. The mating surface is a little dirty, but I cleaned that up, and then we're gonna pull this belt off, we're gonna pull the crank pulley off, pull this cover off. We gotta do the oil pan, oil pump, all of that stuff. And I think I was gonna pull all this stuff off to clean it, but it has a million gaskets, so I'm gonna try to just pressure wash this later and clean as much as I can off. And I don't wanna mess anything up, like my brittle plugs or anything. So we're gonna go ahead and get started pulling this apart, replace my cam seals, put my valve covers on. I got the new breather tubes and stuff for all of that, and we'll just take it from there. And cue time lapse. What's up guys? So it's day 2 of building the 1JZ. We did some stuff off camera. I went and got the crank pulley off and the crank pulley bolt. I don't know if you guys saw in the time lapse, but I was struggling getting that off. So I had to go get some tools to get that off. I had to borrow some stuff. Thanks to Caleb for letting me use his impact and his socket on it. But we have those right here. And now we're ready to pull the timing cover off. We're gonna take off the timing belt, swap that out, and then we're gonna go ahead and replace the front main seal, the rear main seal, the oil pump. You hardly see it back there, it's super dirty. And we're gonna swap the oil pan. Okay guys, so we got the motor most of the way stripped down. We got the oil pump all unbolted, AC compressor removed, alternator removed, and we started removing oil pan bolts. So we're gonna swap the oil pump and we're gonna swap out the oil pan for a front sump from a Toyota Aristo. And we're gonna put in the tomei baffling. Excuse this mess, I know my garage is all messy right now. I got the tomei baffle for the front sump, and then we have the Toyota Aristo oil pan front sump. We got the new oil pump. We got a new timing belt. Right now I'm trying to get all this gasket off. Pretty much just scraping it off with a razor blade and then going over it with this helps a little bit. Damn, my garage is messy, I'm sorry. Once I get this cleaned up, we'll finish taking this oil pan off and get it swapped up. It's pretty cold. Everything's pretty dirty. What's up guys? I think it's like day 3 now of doing the actual JZ build, like getting to the nitty gritty, pulling it apart and everything. And we've kind of reached a point where I guess I didn't realize I was gonna make it to. I never thought that far ahead. And what we made it to is we have it all yanked apart and everything. The oil pump is completely unbolted, ready to come off. But we need to take the oil pan off because I bet that gasket's holding the bottom of it right here. And we have the lower pan off, but to remove this upper pan, I'm actually bolted up to the upper pan right here to hold the engine up. So what we're gonna need to do is grab it and lift up the front of the motor with the hoist, which I need to clear my mess. I'm so unorganized right now between these two cars, but I need to get all of this out of the way so we can get this and lift the front of this up so that I can put this oil pan on. And after we do that, we can we'll swap out the oil pump, we get the oil pan, and I have, man, it's a mess guys, I'm sorry. I have my front main seal, so we'll have all fresh everything right here. And you know, I got the sump right here too, or sump, what am I saying? I've got the baffling system right here. I gotta look how I'm gonna put that on. And then all we need to do after that is our rear main seal, as well as our clutch and flywheel setup. And then we'll bolt this down and we'll be ready to toss this in. Obviously we need to put the timing belt and all the accessories back on. But after that, we should be ready to slap this in. I was gonna pull off the intake and exhaust manifolds, but the plugs and stuff in my harness are pretty sketchy, and I don't wanna, like, I guess turn this into a big long drawn out project. I really just want to drive and enjoy this car. It doesn't need to be a show car or anything, although it does drive me crazy that there's so much buildup on the intake manifold, but that's okay. Maybe I can get to that another time. Maybe I'll get another manifold, who knows? I don't know. I might just end up sticking with this. I really like the stock setup 1Js. I think they're really cool, and I think they have really good power bands, so we'll see what I do with it. But you know, just with the valve covers, and obviously it'll look a lot cleaner with the new oil pump and new oil pan and all that. Like, I've cleaned that all up. I think I'm gonna finally vacuum this thing out. I saw one of you guys was talking shit in the comments, so I'll get this thing vacuumed out. I got the shop vac. I've been meaning to do it. It's just been way too cold. So actually, you know what? First things first, I'll shop vac this real quick and then we'll get on the JZ. Okay, so we got it all vacuumed now. All clean. For the most part, I'll probably have to come back and hit it again, but I also want to shampoo the carpets and everything, just do like an entire clean of this whole thing. But it looks pretty good. I love these Aristo shag carpets. They crack me up. But it looks way better now. Also, I finally put my T7Rs on the front. So we have all the T7Rs on the car. Obviously, I still need to roll the fenders and do some wheel fitment. I think I want to get maybe some adjustable upper control arms. I wanted to do extended lowers, but I think if I did that, I wouldn't be able to fit my wheels anymore because they're poking out. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do adjustable uppers and camber it in a little bit, and that'll help. But yeah, it looks so much better with all 4 T7Rs on it. Nice and clean. Definitely needs a shampoo. But overall, pretty crispy interior. I don't know where this carpet is. It might be in my trunk. I don't know at all. I'll find it. Also, just in case you guys were curious, these T7Rs are 18 by 10.5 plus 12 squared. And they have no spacers on this car. I usually have to run some spacers on them on my 240, but they have none on this car. It looks like, if we're being honest here, I probably could get away with more of like an 18 by 10 plus 12 or a little less aggressive fitment. But we're gonna roll the fenders and make these work. I like big wide wheels on my cars. I'd really like to get some ABS Model 5s for it. I think those would be my end-all wheel if I could find like a really good fitting set of them. But they're going up in price every day and it's hard to find a good fitting set. I've been keeping an eye on Get Japan. He always has them, but they're pretty expensive. I just can't justify that cost right now, but maybe in the future we can get some. All right, now we have to tackle this mess of moving all of this out of the way so I can move this over to that. Okay, we got it all cleaned up. Everything's all cleared out. I even swept it. It's been getting kind of messy in here. I really need to clean this whole mess out, but this was my idea, just to lift it up by the little hook right here. And hopefully that's enough. It can tilt it back. So what's preventing it, because obviously it's from the side right here, we got this right here to prevent it from swiveling over. And then I got 2 points right here. So I'm hoping these are enough to keep the motor from tilting while we unbolt these on the bottom. And then this should hold it still. And then we can unbolt those, swap this upper oil pan out, and then bolt it back to the new upper oil pan. And then we can take all this apart and finish assembling this. So I got it done. Well, I got most of it done. I got the upper oil pan back on, and I got the new oil pan. No, I got the oil pan back on. I got the new oil pump on, and I got the new front main seal, as well as the new timing belt on. That's all I was able to get done today. It was just warm enough to work on it. We still have to put the baffle on right here and the lower oil pan. And then all we have left to do after that is the rear main seal, the flywheel, and the clutch setup. And then we can bolt it up to the trans and drop it in. So that's it for that one, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.